I got the devil gene in me.
Look that like Tom Brady.
Oh God! Batman just killed a man. I have the key to your demise. Take care of this, you will.
My boy has sandals.
Stand here, I must.
I guess you didn't see that one coming.
Now your planet's fucking destroyed for your little mistake.
We need Megazord power now.
Let's go.
Let's go!
Fucking go, baby. Woo!
vs. Capcom 3, Fate of Two Worlds.
And welcome back, everyone, to another fighting game playthrough hosted by yours truly, mrespnozax, celebrating 15 years of yours truly. Yes, we are now in the 5th installment of the Marvel vs. Capcom series, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Fate of Two Worlds, released in 2011. And let me just say, man, freaking, when this game got announced, it was a huge thing because literally the last Marvel vs. Capcom game was Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That was like, at the time, it was 10 years ago. I'm like, when this got announced, I was so happy. I was excited and everything. And dude, like, the roster reveal was freaking amazing and everything like that and stuff. We got some newcomers, and we got some old familiar faces and everything like that and stuff. And man, dude, like, but even then, like, there was a little controversy with, you know, the selection of the characters and everything like that and stuff. But so I didn't care about all that. I was like, nah, let's freaking go. I've been waiting so long for, like, at the time I was waiting for so long for a new Marvel's Capcom and everything like that. Funny enough, I remembered when I got access to YouTube, and I remember looking up Marvel's Capcom and everything like that. I saw Marvel's Capcom 3. And like I thought it was for real, but it was like a Mugen, tomato, Mako, freaking like a program and everything like that and stuff. That I guess it's called Marvel's Capcom 3 and everything like that. But that wasn't the actual Marvel's Capcom 3. And then like I was kind of sad because like, oh, where's this at? I need to go play it and everything. But no, I was like, oh, it's not real and everything like that. And freaking I was like, oh, I got so excited. And everything, like, damn, it's really been that long since a Marvel's Capcom game and everything. I remember at the time, this was when, like, literally Disney had bought out Marvel and everything like that and stuff. So a possibility of there being a Marvel's Capcom game, you know, freaking, like, was slim to none and everything. I was like, dude, what is up? Like, are these guys ever gonna cross over again and everything like that? And it wasn't until like I think like 2009 when this game got announced and everything like that. And I was just like, dude, like that first trailer with, you know, Wolverine fighting Ryu and Chris Redfield fighting against the Hulk and Morgan fighting against Iron Man, dude. Like, I was like, dude, this is amazing. Like this is like insane, dude. Like, I'm just like really, I was like really excited. Like, I really was, and everything like that, for them to do this and everything. And this game, when it came out, it got like a mixed reception. Like, you know, a lot of people felt like it was unfinished. There was not really a lot of game modes to play and everything like that and stuff. Like, a lot of people are kind of expecting like a whole story mode and everything, just like Mortal Kombat, NetherRealm Studios did with Mortal Kombat 9 and everything like that and stuff. And, you know, yeah, I kind of felt like they could have probably added a couple game modes here and there and everything and stuff. Maybe like a story mode and stuff. I was kind of expecting, like, you know, them to kind of, you know, follow the same route as NetherRealm Studios and everything like that. And, you know, like, if it wasn't for NetherRealm Studios, a lot of these fighting games wouldn't have a story mode and everything. That's something that I was always wanting and everything, like a Marvel's Capcom story mode, a Street Fighter story mode, like to kind of follow up, like just like Mortal Kombat and everything, and stuff. So yeah, this game, like the gameplay is great. Like, honestly, the gameplay is good. Freaking the characters selection is great and everything like that and stuff. Like, it was amazing and everything like that and stuff. So yeah. And stuff. And right now, of course, we are rocking the X-Force. Yeah, rocking Wolverine, X-23, and the Merc with the Mouth, Deadpool. Yes. And pretty much, you know, every character is 3D, but in a 2D style, with 3D stages and everything. Like, dude, I was so excited to like see these characters in this style and everything like that and stuff. Like, and of course the characters that got announced, like Dante from Devil May Cry, you got Chris Redfield, because at the time Resident Evil 5 had came out and everything like that. We got Albert Wesker, dude. Like, I was like so excited, dude, and everything. We got like, when the Marvel side, we got some newcomers and everything. You know, I was really excited. Deadpool got announced and everything and stuff. And look at this right here. Level 3 hyper combo. Talk about breaking the fourth wall. He literally used a freaking he used the hyper combo meter as a bat, which is great, dude. Which is really great. Like, dude, like, this game is great. Like, honestly, it's really good and everything like that. And then, of course, a year later, you know, Capcom announced that, oh, hey, just to let you know, we're doing an updated version of Marvel's Capcom 3 called Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3, with all these other with all these new characters that we couldn't put in the vanilla game and everything. I'm just like, that is wow. Like when that thing, I was like, dude, they really pulled a Street Fighter. They gave us an updated version of Marvel's Capcom and everything like that. Like, it would have been cool if, you know, you kind of didn't do that. Instead, you know, they kind of like, you know, we'd have to pay extra money to get this version of Marvel's Capcom 3 and everything like that and stuff. And thankfully, like, later on, Capcom realized, no, we can't be doing that and everything anymore. So, you know, if you own the vanilla copy, it'll automatically update to, like, the newer version and everything. You don't gotta go out of your way and buying it and everything like that, which I really do like and stuff. But, yeah. So, yeah. I again, this was around the time when Capcom was doing some very, very, really controversial stuff and everything. Canceling Mega Man Legends 3, Mega Man Universe, and everything like that and stuff. Making Mega Man a butt of a joke in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. That's another fighting game that I was like, what the fuck happened there? And everything. Like, Capcom, I don't know what was going on with Capcom around the time. I wasn't I was like, whoa, like, Capcom, what are you guys doing? And everything. Capcom is like my all-time favorite video game developer and everything. They've developed some of a lot of my favorite games of all time. You got talking about Street Fighter, the Mega Man series and everything, Devil May Cry, Resident Evil, my all-time favorite horror game and everything like that. Like, they've developed some of my favorite games and everything like that and stuff. And, you know, at the time I was just like, dude, like, I want to like you guys, but you guys are just doing some stupid stuff right now. Like, what the fuck is going on? And of course, they also rebooted Devil May Cry, DMC. That one's a whole nother conversation for another time. But yeah, dude. But, you know, thankfully, you know, they learned their lesson. They learned, like, hey, like, we've done some really controversial stuff. Let's make it up to you. Here we go. I know we kind of try to reboot this whole series, but no, here we go. Freaking Devil May Cry 5 and everything like that and stuff. And ever since then, they've just been developing bangers after bangers after bangers after bangers after bangers and everything like that and stuff. Devil May Cry 5, you know, freaking Resident Evil 7 and 8 and 9 and everything. And then freaking, you know, Street Fighter 6 and everything like that and stuff. Much better game than Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 5 was like, ugh. At launch, it was like, whoa. But I think as soon as, like, the later updates, you know, definitely. But still, I was like, I don't know. Like, that was one of the, like, Street Fighter 5, like, I played for a while and everything like that and stuff. But that's like, as soon as I done with that story mode, I just like, nah, and everything like that. But of course, the DLC characters came out, so I had to try them out and everything. So yeah, and then, you know, they are kind of a little messed up with Marvel's Capcom Infinite. Which is a game we will get to later, and stuff. A whole nother conversation for that when we get there. But, you know, after that, Street Fighter 6, Pragmata, and everything, and, you know, they've been making some really good games lately and everything like that, and they're still good. They're still continuing to make great games. And stuff. There's some games that I'm actually really excited, you know, they're making with Mega Man 12. And everything like that and stuff. But yeah, dude. But even then, like, you know, I was really happy when they, you know, kind of like announced, like, hey, we're porting Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3 to modern consoles, which I was like, yes. Like, I have never freaking, like, immediately went straight to the freaking PlayStation Store to get the game and everything like that. I have to wait a while though, freaking. I guess, you know, I guess when that got announced, man, the freaking thing crashed. Like the freaking PlayStation Store crashed. I was all like, dude, like I can't get into the PlayStation Store. So I had to wait a while, and then, like, you know, after going out, you know, with family and everything like that, as soon as I got home, I was like, yes, I could finally play this game again, which I was really happy. And everything like that and stuff. Like, after that, you know, they released Marvel's Capcom Infinite and everything. That thing for a whole nother story. And I'm just, like, wondering, like, man, like, you know, like, I really do like that now Marvel's Capcom 3 got, like, you know, like a cult following, I guess you could say, right after the whole with the whole Capcom controversy and everything like that and stuff. And everything, like, people grew to appreciate it and everything, just for the gameplay, not for the lack of, like, you know, game modes and everything like that and stuff, or, you know, no story mode and everything and stuff. Like, I really do like that now people are grew to appreciate Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3, because, again, this game's not that bad. Yes, it did lack, you know, game modes and, you know, in a sense, kind of replay value and everything like that and stuff. But I guess trying to get, and of course, you know, the whole, you know, character endings and everything like that, not, you know, doing any of the cinematic, any cinematic endings, like, you know, all the other, like Capcom games have done, especially with Street Fighter 4. Instead, it was just freaking pictures and text, just how, like, the other Capcom games were, and stuff, Marvel's Capcom games were, and everything. And stuff, but still, you know, I've played it just to kind of see, you know, what the, you know, all the endings and everything like that. Like, literally, I played every character. I spent hours playing this game and everything, and stuff. Like, I spent a lot of hours in this game, especially Ultimate. Like, it's like Ultimate, I spent a lot of hours too and everything. So yeah, especially the Heroes versus Heralds. You know, the Heroes versus Heralds game mode, which I actually do appreciate. I did like, you know, collecting all the cards, and I'm like, damn, it would have been cool if these characters would have made it in. The Punisher, like, I wish he would have made it in. Freaking Daredevil, I wish he would have made it. I wanted Daredevil. I really, like, there were some characters I really wanted and everything like that and stuff. I wanted Cyclops to return. He didn't return, though. That was another controversial thing and everything like that and stuff. Was the inclusion, it was not including a lot of the fan favorites like Captain Commando, Cyclops, Mega Man. We got Zero, but we don't got Mega Man. But it's funny because there's another controversy. Freaking, so they include Zero, but his alternate costume is literally a reskin of Mega Man X, and a lot of people were not happy with that. A lot of people are not happy. Like, a lot of people. Like, yeah, I felt I was not happy neither. I was kind of PO'd too. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what the fuck's Capcom doing here and everything? Like, yeah, there is a stage here. I don't know if we played it yet. I don't think it's in this one. I think it's in Ultimate Mars. No, I think it is in this game. Yeah, it is. There's a one. I'm not sure if we're gonna play it in here yet, and stuff. But there was a stage called Days of Future Past, which pretty much is, you know, takes place. If you guys read the X-Men comic book, Days of Future Past, pretty much is a future where mutants are being hunted down and everything like that. Like, it's almost nearly extinct and everything. So pretty much they're fighting for their life against pretty much the Sentinels that pretty much took over, and everything like that and stuff. Kind of like Terminator in a way, and stuff. So in that, you know, there's a stage based off of that and everything. And pretty much there's a big poster in the middle pretty much saying, like, either a character is slain, like, pretty much murdered, or apprehended, like they got like they pretty much got taken away, they're arrested, or held prisoner pretty much. And yeah, it didn't fly with a lot of people, because a lot of the characters that were in that list were pretty much fan favorites, and it was a lot of people were not happy with that, dude. A lot of people were not happy. And stuff. But anyway, we got Super Scroll. One thing too about Super Scroll is pretty much Super Scroll is like a super, like a scroll that's pretty much, you know, really powerful and everything like that. And pretty much he has the abilities of, if you could see, you know, the rock fist, the flames, and, you know, him being stretched, being elastic. Yeah, he pretty much got all the abilities of the Fantastic Four and everything like that and stuff. So the thing was, at the time, the Fantastic Four were still owned by Fox, and everything like that. Even though the X-Men are in here, they weren't allowed to have the Fantastic Four, because apparently, from what I heard, Mr. Fantastic was supposed to be a character in this game, but they didn't put him in because they weren't allowed to, and stuff. So they had the Super Scroll, and they pretty much gave him all the Fantastic Four abilities and everything. Well, I'm like, oh man, like, that is crazy. Like, that is really, really crazy. and stuff. But yeah, dude. But despite all its controversies that this game's had and everything like that and stuff, like some of them not including certain characters and everything, you know, the Days of Future Past stage and everything like that and stuff. This game is still good. I still appreciate it and everything. I play it every once in a while and everything like that, and stuff, you know, because again, this game is fun, and I was really happy that we finally freaking got it. It was crazy though. Fun fact, like I think around 2012, when Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3 was coming out and everything, me and my dad camped outside of Best Buy to get an Xbox 360 and everything. And I remember going, and there was a GameStop near that Best Buy. So freaking, you know, I went to GameStop, and my dad told me, like, hey, go, like, here's some money, go get yourself a game and everything like that. And I was like, all right, cool, because, you know, we're going to get the Xbox 360 and everything like that. So, you know, I was looking through the Xbox 360 games and everything, and, you know, of course, you know, and the game barely had came out around the time, too. And it was a game that I was actually really excited for, was Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3 and everything like that. Even despite, you know, kind of like, oh, like it's an updated version, like really, and everything, like what the fuck, Capcom. But still, I got it because I loved Marvel's Capcom 3 and everything. And this was a game rental. This was actually, I pretty much, me and my brother had GameFly, and this was pretty much one of the first games that we rented using it and everything, because I wanted to play this game so bad and everything like that and stuff. But at the time, our Xbox had broke, like our Xbox had the red ring of death and everything. This is the original one, and stuff. So we didn't have a console for a very, very long time, and stuff. So, you know, I camped out pretty much for the Xbox Slim and everything, with the vent on the side and everything like that. Yeah, and like pretty much you could just touch the touch button and everything, and stuff. Yeah, that one. And yeah, so like I really liked vanilla Marvel's Capcom 3, so I was like, nah, I have to get Ultimate and everything because I love that game so much. But yeah. But anyway, here we go. The final boss of Marvel's Capcom 3. It is none other than the World Eater Galactus. Yes, so you got to save the Earth and everything, and I really do like that. I really do like that freaking Akuma and Dormammu are like his heralds pretty much, or anything. Made him into Silver Surfer pretty much and everything. And that's one thing too. A lot of people are like, oh, we like, you know, you want that skin for these characters and everything. Pretty much like they're heralds and stuff like that and stuff. So yeah, which is cool because Heroes versus Heralds. If you want to play as that, I think I know, like, you know, with Heroes versus Heralds, you know, you could pick that being a herald, and pretty much you're pretty much those Silver Surfer, you know, skins for the characters and everything like that and stuff. So yeah. Oh, Galactus, you could pretty much attack him anywhere. Doesn't really matter and everything like that. But I will say Galactus has some moves that literally take you out in one hit. Like some really, like, man, dude, some really big, like I'm talking freaking, like, yeah, this right here, freaking, sorry if I'm over blabbing and everything, but yeah, here, freaking, watch. You're gonna block it. I'm gonna block it. Yeah, you see, I blocked it. Freaking, I went down still. Yep. Freaking, yeah, I'm telling you, freaking, Galactus has some moves that are just freaking, ugh, man, it's crazy. X-Force. Oh my god. Come on, Deadpool. Yes, let's go. Let's go. One more hit should do it. There we go. We have saved the Earth. Yes, I was. Yes, I was. Yes, I was. Ah. Yeah, I beat Galactus, giant purple pimply ass, so what? So what? So let's partay, biatches. I'd invite the player in front of the TV, but you got the player points for winning. That's all you need. Oh man, come on. I want to say hi to all the characters. I want to say hi to Ryu. I want to, come on, man. At the scene of what people are calling Deadpool Lockaside, eventually Deadpool's party in Galactus' former warship turned tragic late last night. An attempt to give an added boost of power to the DJ booth Margarita machine accidentally wiped out Manhattan. Police are looking to arrest Deadpool and his accomplice, known only as to the authorities as the player. Whoa, hold on. Whoa. I didn't do anything. I was held at gunpoint. You know, he wanted me to choose him, and yeah, like, I did it. I'm sorry, freaking. I'm over getting tongue-tied. But anyway, that'll pretty much do it for Marvel's Capcom 3, Fate of Two Worlds, or Vanilla Marvel's Capcom 3, and everything. Hopefully everyone enjoyed. Yeah, great game, and everything. Yeah, lack of game modes here and there and everything, but still really good. I will say this, though. This is probably one of the few fighting games, from what I remembered, is where if you play throughout the whole story mode, you play out the arcade mode, you unlock a character. Now it's just primarily you got to buy the characters now, which is so stupid. Everything. I really do miss, unlocking the character, spending hours to unlock a character, rather than just having to freaking pull money out of your pocket and everything. But yeah, even then, freaking this game is great. There was only 2 DLC characters. That was Jill Valentine. Her, pretty much they changed her moveset from Marvel's Capcom 2 and everything. She had pretty much more of her moveset was pretty much inspiration to what she did in Resident Evil 5, and of course Shuma Gorath, which is another character. I was like, oh, you got Shuma Gorath? Okay. I mean, I don't really know a lot of people that used him, but I'm pretty sure people were happy to see him back. But that was pretty much it. I was kind of disappointed they didn't really get more DLC characters and stuff. But yeah, but other than that, yeah, that would pretty much do it. Yeah, this credits is pretty long and everything, I will say. But yeah, but with that, in the next Marvel's Capcom Marathon, we won't be going into Marvel's Capcom Infinite just yet. No, instead we are gonna be playing Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3. So stay tuned for that. And then after that, we be completing the marathon with Marvel's Capcom Infinite. So yes, I really like how beautiful Joe's dressed like Captain America. That's cool. Honestly, I was like, when I saw it, I was like, yo, where's that skin at? I would really want that one. Oh man, I do like, some the little techno remixes that they did for the themes and everything like that, especially for a lot of people didn't like Ryu's theme in here, but I actually do like Ryu's theme in this game and everything. Yeah, I get it what they were going with, but yeah. But even then, I still like the music and everything. Honestly, it's really good and stuff. So yeah, at the time, they kind of wanted to keep up with current, current pop culture, or current mainstream music and everything. And at the time, EDM was pretty much a popular thing and everything like that. So yeah, so that's kind of what the style they went with and everything like that and stuff. So yeah, I get it, everything, but still, it's some of the songs in here are good and everything like that. I do like that they pretty much remix. They put War Machine's theme from Marvel's Capcom 1 and put it into Iron Man's and everything like that, rather than Iron Man's Marvel superheroes theme and everything like that and stuff. But yeah, but man, oh man, still a great game and everything. But yeah, these credits go on for too long, so I'm just gonna go ahead and end it off here, guys. I pretty much talked about what I really want to talk about, so stay tuned, everybody, for Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3. Hopefully you're going to enjoy this. This has been mrespnozax saying good night, good morning, good day, whatever time you guys are watching this video, and I'll see you guys on UMVC 3. Alright, everyone, laters.
Thank you for playing.